Come on, Mel. Come on. Let me see it. Let me see it. Come on, Mel. Let me see it. Let's see it. Yeah, let's just see it all. Uh-huh. Bumblebee got her right on the cheek.
Twice.
That's one of my soldiers. She was out there talking smack and laughing at me
Whatever.
because I was being so jumpy about them. I said, they're going to get you. They're going to get you. Ha ha ha, your little jokes. And then look, I had to tell them, get her. Get her.
It's my first time here. Actually, even that yellow jacket, like it's only this year. I think maybe it's because we gone for a while, so I think they're mad.
You know what's funny is you didn't swell up all day. You
Yeah,
had that almost all day and it didn't swell up until nighttime when you went to bed. That's funny.
yeah. I was so happy. I said I'm just trying to. What do you call this yesterday? I said, oh, I'm trying to brag that. I said, look
You
at, I'm
you know why it
okay.
took so long?
Why?
Because your skin's so thick.
Like a caramel.
Your skin's so thick it took forever for the poison to get through.
Yeah.
And with your hard head, oh, look at you like a little Eskimo when you're smiling. Do that again. Do that again. Now, eat me some seal blubber. Good morning from the great state of Texas. Good morning to all of you out there. It is a windy morning, and man, my wind generator is just spinning its little rear end off. Yeah. You know, I don't even have that thing probably 13 foot high. They say you gotta have it 60 feet, you know. I live on top of a hillside, and the prevailing winds, there's a big open field that way, so there's nothing to obstruct the wind. That joker spins nearly all the time. If I got it up there in a 60-foot current, my goodness, it'd probably sound like a big old prop plane up there spinning around. Well, I worked yesterday all the way up to the end of the day cutting hay, and I'm not going to bore you with a whole bunch of cutting hay videos. Cutting hay is cutting hay. Once you've seen it, you've seen it. But I do have more still to cut, and I'm just cutting a little while and I'll go do something else, and I cut a little while and I go do something else because I get tired of just riding on the tractor. I just tell you, I get tired of just a 10 million dizzy circles around the field. I feel like I'm in NASCAR. Always making the same turn. And I've got Michael here, teenager, that is Patrick and Monica's son, and he is 1/3 Filipino. Yeah, 1/3 Filipino, and he is helping me out around here. I tell you, it's kind of funny to go from having all of those guys helping me and all the camaraderie every day, and just all of us got tasks going on, to come here and it's just me and Melinda, and I have like no helper, nobody to talk to, and you know, it's when you went from just boom, 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 building every day, and then all of a sudden it just like comes to a dead stop. So it'll have a little effect on you. And anyway, he's a teenager, he's out of school for summer. He's a great guy, he's fun to be around, and we actually have a lot of like hobbies in common. He's into rocketry, and in school he's into rocketry, and we're both all into the space thing and NASA and SpaceX, and we have a lot to talk about on that. And as well, I like teaching him all of this stuff. So he is getting to earn some summer money and at the same time be a helper with me, and I can be a little bit of a mentor and teach him different things. And I'm going to be teaching him some solar and all too. Yesterday he got to drive and run around on a quad, a four-wheeler, for the first time in his life, and boy did he have a good time with that. He got out in our backfield and just rode all around circles and zigzags and figure eights and everything, getting a feel for it, and he was one happy young man. So it's not like I've got him just hard punching a clock, you know. He's teenage help, and I'm trying to give him a little money and mentor him at the same time, and it's kind of good for me at the same time as well. Winter, winter, chicken dinner. And we've got projects like you can see scaffolding behind me up here, where I was putting siding on this house up until when we left and went to the Philippines. So good hand for that too, to hold the other end of that siding while it's being nailed on. Well, that's what's going on here right now. I'm trying to get the cattle trailer in order. I'm gonna haul some cattle to market tomorrow, and I'm trying to get it all prepared for that. So got to get the tags done on it, got to fix a few lights on it, and get the spare tire fixed and one tire on the ground fixed. And that's where we're at right now. Man, oh man, look at that. Miss Mel done whipped up some chicken adobo. Yeah, some nice chicken adobo here. This is gonna be actually kind of like a brunch, you know, a little late breakfast, early lunch. Man, that is nice. And she did the way I like it. She used to always make it real dry, but I like to have that sauce right there. And you know, different Filipinos, they cook it different ways. Some of them like a dry one, some don't like much ingredients or anything as far as vegetables, just different ways. Her mama always cooked dry adobo, so Melinda was cooking dry adobo, but I told her, I said, I really like wet adobo more. So she cooked up me some nice wet adobo. Look at that, with a little bit of veggies in it, the way I like it. And a pot of this black rice. And I didn't say red rice. This is marketed and sold out of the Philippines as black rice. Man, if you never had it, try it. It is so full of aroma and flavor. And if you do the studies on it and read them, they all claim that this is way more healthy to eat than the brown, red, or the white rice. Well, I've been busy getting hay equipment ready. Been cutting some already, but I'm about to be baling, getting these tractors all serviced up good, and I went up and bought some new cutters and all, and some new bolts for the hay cutter right there, so it'll be nice and sharp and fresh. Getting everything dieseled up and getting it full. You know, I want to just tell you, some of you subscribers, if you may be inquisitive, may not, wonder about me farming, you know. I don't have to be farming. I had construction business, I've had electronic stores and stuff, and I stepped away from all of that public business. I was tired of dealing with the public. I was wore out with it. You know, you deal with 1,000 different people, you deal with 1,000 different attitudes, and I spent my whole entire life working in the retail sector, working with the public, mostly in the electronics end of it. And man, I just so wore out. I spent so much of my life on cell phones, on office phones, talking. And I mean, literally in one of those situations where I would have a phone to each ear, a phone to my ear going down the road all the time. There was not a waking moment, even late at night, that I'm having to deal with customers from early in the morning, not 7 days a week, most of my life. So now a lot of my family and different people get aggravated at me because I don't want to be on a phone at all. I'll make these videos with you guys, but I don't care to be on a phone. I despise it. It got to the point I was so burnt out, I just hear a phone ring and I cringe. And it's still that way to this day. And I never have a ringer turn on my phone. My phone is set to silent full time. Just so many years of my life was so plastered around that. And I can actually just not do nothing right now for the rest of my life. I'm set. I've been set for a long time, but it's boring. It's boring to not be doing nothing. I've always been a productive member of society, of contributing, of working, creating jobs, all of that. And I picked up, we have always had the farm stuff. I'm from a family of farmers way back. And I just found that I enjoyed the peace of doing this stuff here at the farm. Sometimes it's a little boring because most of my life has always been so hard, fast paced, that if it wasn't for Melinda, I would go probably crazy still on that, and I'd have to plug myself back in to the working out with the public part of my life again. But she enjoys the farm and I enjoy it, and we're holding on to it for now. But there may be a time that I go ahead and end that as well, and I am going to wrap up on probably half of my rentals and cut those down as well, keeping just a few. Yes, just a few, because that too is once again dealing with the public and dealing with other people's problems, and I get tired of dealing with other people's problems. Same thing with a business. I had to deal with my employees' problems all the time, you know. Oh my God, you just wouldn't believe, and you felt like a father to all of them. And then I had a couple really good employees, including my cousin Ken, that he too felt the same pressure as me, because he's always helping manage things that, like, dang man, you know, they just not ever have their personal problems together. And Ken helping me manage things, he saw the same thing. He was wore out with it too. Well, that's why it's peaceful. It's a long time generational thing in my family, going back many generations. There's so much history on this land that unfortunately my kids and stuff are just don't seem interested in or knowing. It's a new day and age when social media and all these different kinds of jobs have been created and stuff, that this is most likely ending with me anyway. So I'll probably end up winding it down. It's going to end an era, which is sad, but it's probably going to end a many generational era here, going back deep into the 1800s. Yeah. Well, that's the story. And so this is something I do by choice, to occupy my time and to just enjoy, you know, something to do and be productive and still feel like you're an active part of society. And there you have it. Well, in our quest to downsize around here on the property, one of the things that we've had sitting around, very seldom used, we did use it down on our lake property before, is this this portable smoker right here. Man, this thing is good and heavy too. Oh, super heavy lid. Look how thick that is. But it's a real deal. This came from a property we bought. The people that we bought the house from several years ago, they left it behind, and we just moved it to our lakefront property and used it there, cooking out when we had gatherings and stuff like that. But when we sold the property, it was sitting at Patrick's house for a good while around the corner. And while we were gone, he went ahead and delivered it from his yard to mine. So Michael and I, we've been out here giving it a bath. It's in really good shape, all but the firebox. The firebox needs some new steel plate welded onto it down at the bottom. But we gave it a good power washing and clean the ash out inside. And I had some spray paint around here, and we're just going to give it a little old coat of paint. It's probably not like the proper best paint, but it's better than nothing. And I'm going to sell it. I am going to sell it. It's going to be a Facebook market item right there. Yeah, marketplace, right? Facebook marketplace item. That's what's going to happen with it. So we're about to get spray can crazy on it. Well, we got the grill all painted up. You know what? I went in my shed and found that I did have cans of the high heat barbecue paint. And I said, man, look at that. I think I bought them for this in the past, but I'm always painting my other smokers and grills. That's probably what it was. Then I had some just regular black. So I painted all the tongue and the frame and back there at that axle and everything with just regular old cheap black paint. And then I went over the actual smoker itself with this nice high heat paint right here. Man, it come out looking really good. That is a huge improvement, you know. Just give it a little care, little TLC. That changed it greatly. Just a great little smoker. All it needs is just that firebox repair. Everything else is good to go, and it is just rock solid. This paint just really made it just then. It is some nice paint that I just shot it with. Very nice. Got my bicycle out. Gave it a little power washing just now. And Michael, we're kind of trying to stay out of the high heat of the day at the moment and do some things up here. So I bought this little double throw air pump. No, there you go. And I'm gonna mount this on my bicycle as well. You're having a rough time with that, Michael, because you don't fold that around. Yeah, you keep it out like that. There you go. We are really wishing that we had our bicycles over there in the Philippines. Of course, we can buy additional ones there, and they're pretty pricey. They are, especially get a really nice bike like what I have right here. They're pricey over there. They're proud of them. And this is Melinda's bike right here. I'm about to give it a bath also. This little mongoose here, it's all covered in dust. She went out riding on it yesterday, but it's pretty dirty. I mean, look at those wheels and everything's just covered in dust and dirt. It's been sitting in the shed, but lubed up the chain, lubed up the cables, and right now I'm gonna roll it over here in front of this power washer and give it a good bath as well.